but with this I feel that I'm forced to intrude on his mind basically, and will force him to make some decisions. So let's do it now. Then we can cast the Reverie and live gain everything we lost this. Our opponent has absolutely no idea what's going on, what the card is, why the game forces him to do something. Okay, I think if we pass the turn, there is a chance they go Fortress, because they want to avoid the Deadly Cover-Up and giving us good value. And then we Emperor and they will scoop probably. Got him. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today a spur that you've never seen before, because we will force our opponent to play the game with High Noon, Intrude on the Mind, Hostile Investigator, Negotiations. We will force our opponent to make the decision even if their deck doesn't make any decisions, alright? That was the idea I had in mind since weeks, and finally I made a deck about it, and it seems to be absolutely great. Like, we had a pretty insane win rate and we ranked up very nicely with this one, so it should be nice. And guys, just using this occasion, I want to say just a huge thank you for all your support, for being here daily on the channel, you know, posting comments, liking the videos, you know, just telling what's on your mind in the comment section. I really do appreciate you, and thank you for sticking with the channel. Like, it makes a huge difference for, you know, such a medium or even small channel like this one. So you are the true hero of this channel, and I hope you will have a great fun today. So enjoy. Alright, we are on the draw, which is never great, but we drew the Marsh, which is a huge deal. We had triple Paina. We have Celestus, so we can soften up a blow, you know, pretty nicely, but we still don't want to see it. Let's go for Wastes, and yeah, so the counter spell wouldn't give a priority here. I want to make sure that he thinks about Normalize, because we are obviously a control deck here. Alright, our opponent is prepared for all the Mirrexes in the world. Let's go. I really need this to go through. Are you serious? Already counter spell? That will be very strong. Oh man. Alright. Normally you don't see this card, but when you really need Celestus, apparently you do. A main phase Emperor, sure. I think we go main phase Bitter Triumph then. Especially with the Tapland, that kinda makes sense, right? Let's pay some life. No reason not to. Our opponent is pretty short on cards. I just gave away that I have a mark. We have Intrude on the Mind, so our opponent needs to be good at magic and draw another counter spell. I'm not sure, so if they play Make Disappear, they should definitely play 3 steps ahead, so... but they don't have mana. They actually don't have mana. Negate is a nice one. So they will tap up at the end step, right? I have multiple ways to play this, but with this I feel that I'm forced to intrude on his mind basically, and will force him to make some decisions. Alright, so we can force to have Emperor in every hand. I kinda like it, you know? I like the split. This guarantees the Emperor, and even Raffine Tower is basically an extra card. And Mirrex forces his Field of Ruin, so, you know, it's... Alright, we got this pile. I'm kinda fine with it. We also got a 3-3. Our opponent has full reign over this turn, so that's never great, but because they had a counterspell into Emperor, they will get it. And they're using this value to Memory Deluge. That's interesting. We can deadly cover up and get rid of every Memory Deluge until end of the game. I'm not sure if it's worth it, because they will get another turn. That's, man, they're really forcing me to do it. I could also go Path of Peril. Yeah, I think it's way better. They have a lot of mana, but not too much value. We can also just Sunset Reverie, but we don't have great plays after that. And I'm not getting good value here. Alright, we could also Intrude on the Mind. I actually want this. Because they won't kill us, and I want the land for this turn. So we are splitting the lands. High Noon is nice. I have enough Emperors. I think this is the split, right? Then I will get this. And that's actually kinda fine. We are guaranteeing that we have enough. One Emperor should be okay. We still have one in the deck. Don't forget we still get the token, so we pressure one of his cards. Man, that's so many decisions. Like, I love this kind of game. I really think Magic should go more into this direction, because if you net deck this, you still need to learn how to use it. And that's the hardest part. And not just in putting it into the deck and drawing it, but actually, the main part of the card is skill based. I like this design. I hope this will be done more. So 4 mana open. That's very interesting. So I think it's for Mirrex. That's for Mirrex. High Noon is not great for us right now. We can Path of Peril, or we can just Sunset Reverie. I will go with this. This gives me options, and I'm not drawing cards with this literally ever. So this is the best value I will get. And that should be okay. And from now on, I will start keeping counter spells. Well, I guess we could High Noon. How much do I care about it? They have Mirrex, so they will get some extra place over me. Yeah, I don't like it in this kind of situation. I think it will be, maybe later it will be useful, I'm not sure. Sure. I need to untap. Our opponent has very good mana base over me. Even though we both have 6 lands, it's a little bit different. Let's see if they go Emperor. Alright, if that's a trait, I'm fine with it. I don't care too much about the damage. Like, it's a little bit scary, but not super crazy scary. I could march this, opening some possibilities. Let's go for this. I think they have a counter spell, but we need to keep pressure. Like, we have card advantage and we need to make sure that we keep it. Those double anchorages and Mirrex really make a big difference. Like, I'm fighting against his mana base as much as I'm fighting against his hand. With this we'll get a land for the next turn, which is kinda big deal. If he allows it. I think, so my read is that this is his last counter spell. Alright, so we will show this pile, right? If we show this, well, counterspell is insanely important. Listen, I'm fine with both, I think. Yeah, if I show this, I will get this one. Here, he doesn't know if the other pile is stacked with like super value. So it's actually something to... I think I will get the wrong pile, yep. But I still think it was at least a good chance to draw better. Alright, Get Lost is still nice. It will get rid of the Anchorage. Let's go for Sunset Reverie here. As you can see, they are absolutely doing work. I don't super care about the Samurai. We could Path of Peril it, but it's not the biggest deal. I need to keep this negate. I think we get rid of the High Noon. Because with Memory Deluge, I think he will have a lot of ways to go around stuff. And I don't have enough mana. I don't have enough mana to go Emperor into negate, so we need to be careful here. He might have no more lies in the deck, so we need to, keep it in mind. Let's see. Alright, no Emperor. I will kill this. We have Get Lost for the bird, and bird is not easy to use for them. Like, they need to tap most of their mana, and then we get a good opening. So with this we force completely, all the pressure out of the game. They have helixes, so we need to be careful. Very nice draw. This is one of the cards we need. And we need to keep this against the Mirrex, right? And now we are starting to be a bit more aggressive. Whoa, whoa, please token, not so aggressive, alright? Aggressive, like we're staring at them very aggressively right now. A good play, a good play. I think this might be the Emperor, right? I think that should be good enough. But we might play it later. I don't think that's a big deal. If anything, we want to tap the main phase. Not now. And they only get the scry, so it's not the biggest value, right? And the graveyard is not super tempting for them. Yeah, for a good reason. Another Mirrex, they're really going with it. So we need to protect the Emperor, she's super important right now. With Emperor we can negate all of this, but we need to prevent the big other stuff. Sure, that's an interesting one. That's a full card for a half of the Reverie target, basically. They know about the Emperor as well, so let's see the battle. Because they definitely have something planned for it, right?
Now you've done it.
And I think we go like this because we need to save loyalty on her, like it's super important. With counterspells we have power over what's going on here. Like we can force him into bad place. Alright. I think they want to use anchorages. Alright, let's make the first samurai. And they will start Mirrexing us. We have the anchorage as well, but we don't really want to use it. It's the same for like he don't want to use it. He doesn't want to use it. Sorry, I'm all over the place because I want to win this game. All right, and they have still this. We might force Deadly Cover Up against it, but it's very heavy tap, and we don't have too much mana. Helix. That is a big deal. I think we counter it most likely. I think we need to make sure that our play stays, because we need it. See? They had one game plan, and with double counter spells we just, leverage the part we want staying in the game. We just needed Emperor, because he had so much pressure that if she died, we wouldn't be able to defend. But as you can see, you can play against double Mirrex as long as you have Emperors. To be absolutely honest, this can work, because we can kill Knight of Chaos with this, then we can sweep everything with Path of Peril, and then go with the Emperor when they haste something later. But it's not easy. Let's see if they have Gleeful Demolition. Their best play is to tap this, then Gleeful Demolition. I think they're actually having the absolute perfect draw. They're on the play with Gleeful Demolition, probably, because that's how you start Gleeful Demolition play, because you won't have this artifact. Alright, they missed it. That's huge. If they miss Gleeful Demolition, that's actually way better. Because normally they kill it, create 3 tokens and tap them again. They get another scry, so their next turn is way better. And yep. You know what? In this situation, well, man, Knight of Chaos is absolutely insane card. The fact that oh man, they miss one card. They can get all the 1 and 2 drops, so they had recruiters and lands mostly. However, here we can kill Knight of Chaos. That was our plan. And honestly, with bro, Shuffler really wants us to play Path of Peril, and you know what? You don't say no to Shuffler. If you get it, you play it, and you are good at Magic. I think we actually might need even the third one. The second one will be a bit wasteful from us, because I think we kill the Inspector and whatever clutter he will make, and then the third one will be the actual game-winning one. So we just need to play 3 Path of Perils. So the frontliner is something pretty decent for them. The cool play, you can discard frontliner, you get like half the value of the card and you get a full new card, so that's generally good gameplay. If they have Gleeful Demolition, they could cast it now. Huh, interesting. So, we are at 19. Listen, I told you, we will be wasteful with those Path of Perils. This is like 1.5 card of value from one card that is best for the matchup, so it's not a very good deal for us, and if I didn't have this one I would not play it. But I think there is a chance he has Knight of Chaos in the hand, and I want to make sure that he doesn't have a way to convoke it very well, especially that they're on 3 mana, so they cannot really use it right now. And that hopefully gives us time to get our card advantage. Like Intrude on the Mind would be absolutely amazing. Do I need colored mana? I don't think we do, so we might waste the Mirrex activation turn. You know, the color mana. Yeah, that should be okay. Our opponent is thinking a lot for his crew and reinforcements, so let's see which one he will make. I tell you, there are some insane levels of instant gameplay right there. Well, have you considered this? I always am curious, like, what was the other decision? Like, you consider this play against something, and I want to know what the other play is. Case is bad for the matchup, so that's a good discard for them. This could be a recruiter, right? I think they might go recruiter. See, and this is the third Path of Peril that I was talking about. The two first ones are just to survive. Then you play the third one, and you have a chance, you know? You have an actual chance to win the game. Sure. See, they had it. They had it before, I think. So that's something we wanted to, you know, avoid at all costs, but because they have instant speed reinforcements, you cannot really play around it. They have recruiter on the next turn as well. So I think we actually have a clear idea what we have to do. We're at 19, but man, oh man, we are at 6 mana. We can fully Path of Peril this. That's actually pretty huge. But we can also play Emperor. Okay, we have actually some decisions to make. Sorry, I need to think. So we can go 3 mana Path of Peril, and we don't know what we'll draw, so we don't know which play will be better. But we won't play the Emperor on top of it. Or we can just Path of Peril fully, and then they have 2 cards. They actually might still pressure us enough. I think this, because it's way better. I don't realize that we paint ourselves as well. Alright, alright. Okay, so that was a fully dead draw. So our strategy actually fit this. So that's a full sweeper, one of the cool things about Path of Peril here, and now we can start making those plays. Our opponent can still go frontliner, 1-drop into recruiter, and that will be enough to kill the Emperor, so we will be at the mercy. Well, okay. Alright. I could get rid of one of them. I think it's okay, right? We can also get a card with Teferi, which is also amazing. And just keep making tokens. And then keep another Emperor? No. We need to +1 if we want to play the Emperor. It's not bad, honestly. They're ramping for the last attack. Man, isn't that kinda insane that we played removal and 3 sweepers and they still have card advantage over us? Like, they have serious card advantage. I think this is a very decent value. So, we tap Artifact, Creature, and a land. We actually untap the land. Now we can -2, so that life gains, and also prevents one of the buffed creatures. And we have open Emperor, which is huge as well. If they trade, I even won't cast the Emperor. It's a good deal for me. They need a lot of creatures because they scale out of the, you know, the wideness of the board. If they have 1 creature, it just, you know, their plays aren't very meaningful. They have 22. We have 22 life, but the problem is that our opponent is outvaluing us as an aggro after triple sweepers, and I see no issues with this. There are nothing special to see here. So our opponent was considering a block, which is a fair deal. So I really want to save Teferi because then I get card selection. And that's why we need this Emperor play. So they waited, they played the card and they realized that it's not good enough. Alright, man, you just need triple sweeper and then you can, you know, contest them very, very well. Alright, we are not getting high noon it seems, but it's fine, it's fine. Our blue mana is a little bit not instantish, but we'll get there. Alright, so the live game. Alright, so I kinda get the idea where this game will go for. We have double removal, which is a big deal. That means he can only remove either Get Lost or Bitter Triumph. Probably he should go for the Triumph, because we can only cast Get Lost on Painland or main phase, which saves his 3-drop. So I think the correct choice is Bitter Triumph. Also, Get Lost is a bit worse against creatures, because it has the map downside. So I think we just keep it, because the whole point of using Bat is to protect your next drop. And we want to make sure that it's not protected. They want to bait us. If they pass the turn, I just play my lands, you know? Life gain. Alright. So I could kill the bat, remove the potential life gain. I'm scared of land into double 2-drop, and they have like a lot of creatures that benefit from life gain. So like Voice of the Blessed and Amalia. That will be the worst case, and I won't live long enough for the cover up. So I think we just let it through. Do I want to show him the card? No, this is an important one. Alright. So, one of the tricks, like small tricks that I never heard anyone say or talk about, is that as long as you have one card that they didn't see, basically they need to assume every card in your deck might be in your hand. If they see everything, they know exactly what you don't have. So yeah, this is a kind of big deal. And we don't need to remove it now. It won't get indestructible. So it's not a big difference if you have two unseen cards or one. It's just important that you have at least one. So some life gain, sure. I want to end step get lost because that slows them down even more. We absolutely need to kill it because otherwise we won't survive. And they probably have another one. Our draw is absolutely abysmal so far. Like, we're doing only lands basically. Our opening hand was decent, but the cover up into 2 or 3 lands is not what you really want. Alright, so they will try to get some extra value. Takenuma is nice. It's super slow, but it gives them potentially 1 extra card. That matters. This is not amazing for them. I mean, they know the next turn is Sweeper. So no point in faking too much here. We can go for Mirrex because reasons. Emperor draw might change something. They try to super lowball their board, so maybe we can use it. We definitely attack first. Especially against life gain, mites are a little bit better, right? So, right now they don't really do anything. They might go Restless Fortress to... Okay, I think if we pass the turn, there is a chance they go Fortress, because they want to avoid the cover up and giving us good value. And then we Emperor and they will scoop probably. Got them. Okay, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Of course it has to be tapped. And we need to do it right now, unfortunately. Because, you know, we cannot main phase -2. It won't be creature. So they deal a lot of damage, but suddenly they lost their big stuff. They can go for the food token, but that's it. And we can also sweep the board as well, getting our removal back. I think with this play, we are kinda okay. Yep. Main phase, so they want to avoid, for example, a negate. I think we will cycle Raffine Tower, so let's go like this. Alright, so we probably attack. I mean, we are keeping the Emperor. That means we can as well get extra 1 damage. That will absolutely not matter. But it's still a better play. And we go deadly cover up. They don't know about the second one, so the second one will be way stronger. This is not correct up, but it won't matter. We just don't bluff a cut down right now. So they don't have anything with haste, they cannot impact the Emperor on this turn. They can get some good value, depending on... I think Amalia is their best draw right now. Because this will draw them extra creatures. If they go for this, that's not the level they want their plays to be in. Like, this is something, but it's more of a fodder play, you know? Oh boy. This really solves a lot, right? Okay, I'm going with it. It's just too good, man. Artifacts, and I miss playing Farewell, you know? And enchantments. Cause why not? Well, enjoy your life game. And Farewell is absolutely brutal. We are not playing Raffine Tower because we don't have any card advantage card here. Like, we are not sure if there won't be 5 lands from the top, and that will be our last value. Alright, so they're going with the Poisoner. However, Yeah, they can sacrifice it now. Bro, you need to sacrifice it. Oh, the shame scoop on top of a regular one. So they forgot to sacrifice it before this enters the battlefield. With this, they could kinda be in the game. We would kill it, but you know, at least they could try. Alright, not a lot of black mana, but we will get there. And for the time being, white mana should be enough probably. And, you know, to survive. Let's see the mountain. Yep, here we go. Your mountain for the day. I'll tell you. That's so crazy. Nearly every single game is against mountain. That's great. I love the variety. So we are doing black cards with Azorius mana. So you know that you know, stuff is going on. We can use March, but the price is absolutely insane. So we don't really want to show this. 1, 2, 3, go. I need to make sure that he knows that I can remove it, because then he won't pump it, hopefully. Alright, so he's going for... This is the safe road. You don't waste anything, and you force your opponent to respond. I really don't want to use it. If I had black mana, I would just go Triumph, but you know, we are not there. We won't use Path of Peril. Man, this is... Oh boy, this is really a lot of damage, but I think we should go with the Emperor. Like, because half of our hand cannot be used, and like we are on a little bit of a bad spot here. Let's go with this one. So on this turn we can go March, because we don't need to exile cards. Then we can go Mirrex into Triumph or just Emperor. Probably the Emperor, because it's strictly better play. Well, that's it. He will target one of the things. I think he still buff spells. And he will start using them. Alright, good for our opponent. So I can remove one, but it's getting to a scare point. Alright, I need to respond to this. If he has buff spell, we will lose. If he doesn't, I think we'll win. Okay, he doesn't have it. This is not a 1 mana instant. I think we'll win this. Really? Now? High noon? We need to seriously talk about it. Listen, it's not like they won't attack, right? Or they actually might and try to burn us. I want to make sure that I hit it while I know he has no instants. And it's not guaranteed that they will get a new creature. So this is a goblin. So the goblin gets the discount. We really need to kill it. We really need to kill it. Alright, I think it will be Path of Peril, honestly. I cannot pay life, so we have to discard a card. We need to pay a lot of mana, so we won't, you know, do anything extremely exciting this turn. And I might need the second black. High Noon is overdue. Like, this is not... Like, it can be used, but it's not at the power level where we want it. So I think we just go with this. Goblin, right? Sometimes they play the Pyromancer as well. Alright. Let's pump it. I like the Samurai, but I think this was their last creature. Unless they drew another one. Yeah, see? Alright. Alright. So. We can make a Samurai. We will play Mirrex probably. And listen, I think we will hit the Reverie, so let's do it now. Then we can cast the Reverie and life gain everything we lost this, and we get 3 cards basically. That's it. Our opponent has absolutely no idea what's going on, what the card is, why the game forces him to do something. Well... Okay, so I show one of the piles, right? I want this pile, so I will turn this up, because I think there are so many bombs here that he will never give me this hand. Right? I hope. Like, I really need the other pile, because we want Celestus to recover slowly, and we have negate against the burn spell that he might cast, because we will be at 3. So Lightning Strike kills us, that's why I need negate. They actually gave us the spell. Alright. Our opponent did the right thing. I wonder what was the idea. Alright, here's the spell. They know we don't have instants that target either creature or a spell. So this will be a little bit scary, but if we can survive this... Yep. I don't think, like, I think they went super hard on the slick shots and they didn't have any gas after it, and we mitigated enough damage. Man, we actually won with no high noon on turn 2 and without black mana, so that was a nice one. Alright guys, this time for real, I will try to make a short one. To start with, what about the strategy? I'll be honest, it seems to be working pretty nicely without memory douche. Like, it felt that we always had a lot of options, a lot of value, something I'm personally a little bit salty about. In my mind, I opened every game against aggro with high noon in the hand, and I even was considering going to 3 because I didn't want to flute with them. And in reality, I think I never drew it against any kind of aggro. The one time I drew it was against control deck with Mirrex and so many manlands that they could play the whole game out of them. So I'm a little bit salty. That was, in my mind, that was the main part of this deck. But you know what? On the other side, it's a good thing, because that means even with Intrude on the Mind and hostile negotiations, you have a lot of, decisions, value, and plays. It seems that, like, we went 4-1 with this deck, so we won 4 games, lost only 1 of them, and that's way above the expectations I had for this deck. I was aiming for 50%, which is already a great, result for an off-meta build, basically. So this was supposed to be a fun build, but for me it worked absolutely nicely. I think one of the reasons is using, the cool cards. Wandering Emperor, I'll tell you, man, when you play, rotation-proof decks, you will start missing Emperor. It's insane card. Like, we need to appreciate her while she is here. So go and give her a chance. If you have the card, you should probably play it. Absolutely insane. We needed Emperors because hostile negotiations loses life. With this kind of build, you need more life gain. So you will notice that suddenly we also play 2 Reavers, not even 1. Double Celestus, triple Emperor, and Teferi, because that's one of the best ways to stabilize long term. The +1 is the secret of this card, not -2. +1. This is what keeps you going, gives you more mana, especially if Celestus Teferi is so easy to set up. One of the cool plays is that on 4 mana, you play Celestus, you have Celestus. You play Teferi, you untap Celestus and land, and you go for the throat. If they want to remove Teferi, they need to devote so much damage into it that it basically life gains you like 7 or something. So yeah, this is extremely strong card that is absolutely, under the radar usually. So yeah, the deck seems sweet, it's fun, it's interesting, and it will force your opponent to play Magic, so what more to expect? I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it. I went longer than I wanted, but it's shorter than it could be, so it's still on the good side, and I really am thankful for you guys. So thank you for the comments, for all the support, for liking the video, subscribes. Like, it means a lot to me, so thank you, and see you guys tomorrow.
With